Is reality as we know it truly real, or could we be living in an elaborate simulation? This is not a new question, but one that has gained renewed interest in recent years. It's an age-old philosophical and metaphysical inquiry that has been posed and pondered by the greatest of minds throughout history. Yet, with the advent of cutting-edge technology and the exponential growth of our computational capabilities, this question has taken on a fresh coat of intrigue. Enter Nick Bostrom and his proposal of the simulation argument. Bostrom, a philosopher of note, posits that it is plausible we might be living in a computer simulation, a creation of a far more advanced civilization. While it's crucial to remember that this argument remains theoretical, neither proven nor disproven, it does make us wonder. The simulation argument suggests that we might be living in a computer simulation created by a more advanced civilization, a thought that is both intriguing and unsettling. Nick Bostrom's simulation argument has sparked a great deal of debate. The argument is based on the rapid advancements in technology and the potential of future civilizations to develop highly sophisticated simulations. Now imagine a future where we have the technological capability to create a simulation so advanced it's indistinguishable from reality. Bostrom's argument suggests that if such a future is possible, then it's likely we're already living in a simulation. After all, if one advanced civilization can create a near-perfect simulation, who's to say there aren't countless others out there? In this context, the odds of us living in base reality, the original, non-simulated world, appear rather slim. Yet, like any good philosophical debate, there's another side to this coin. Critics of the simulation argument put forward that there's no empirical evidence to suggest we are living in a simulation. In other words, we're lacking tangible, observable data to support this hypothesis. Furthermore, they argue that the simulation argument is speculative and heavily reliant on assumptions about future technology and civilizations. It's a bit like trying to predict the weather a century from now, based solely on today's forecast. There are simply too many unknown variables in play. Additionally, critics emphasize that our perception of reality is based on the information available to us. It's a fundamental principle that our understanding of the world is limited by our senses, our knowledge, and our technological capabilities. Therefore, the notion of a simulated reality could be a projection of our limited understanding, rather than an accurate depiction of reality. While the simulation argument presents a plausible scenario, critics argue that it remains purely theoretical, emphasizing that our perception of reality is based on the information available to us. So, while it's an exciting thought experiment, the question of whether we're living in a simulated reality is still up in the air. It's a conversation that continues to evolve, blurring the boundaries between philosophy, technology, and the very nature of our existence. The nature of reality and our perception of it has been a topic of philosophical debate for centuries, with thinkers like Plato, Descartes, and Kant offering their insights. Plato, for instance, posited the concept of reality as a shadow of the ideal forms, suggesting a level of abstraction that resonates with the simulation argument. Descartes, on the other hand, questioned the reliability of our senses and introduced the idea of a deceptive reality, a concept not too far from the idea of a computer-generated simulation. Kant, meanwhile, emphasized the role of the human mind in shaping our experience of reality, a perspective that could be seen as acknowledging the potential for simulated realities. These philosophical perspectives revolve around the concepts of consciousness, perception, and the nature of existence, and they provide a rich context for today's discussions about the simulation argument. These philosophical debates remind us that the nature of reality is a complex and multifaceted topic, subject to ongoing discussion and interpretation. So, are we living in a simulation? The answer remains elusive. We've journeyed from the age-old philosophical and metaphysical inquiries through the provocative simulation argument of Nick Bostrom to the counter-arguments offered by critics. We've seen how proponents argue the plausibility of advanced civilizations creating simulations indistinguishable from our reality, and how critics emphasize the lack of empirical evidence and the speculative nature of such a hypothesis. We've delved into the philosophical perspectives, probing the nature of reality and our perception of it, as discussed by the likes of Plato, Descartes, and Kant. We've explored consciousness, perception, and the nature of existence. The debate is ongoing, the theories compelling, the evidence, or lack thereof, intriguing. The question of our reality, whether base or simulated, remains a mystery, a puzzle to be pondered. Whether reality is real or a simulation, it is an intriguing thought experiment that encourages us to reflect on the limits of human knowledge and our perception of the world.